guys, it's me, T, and I am here on such a sunny day. It is Tuesday. What is today's date? December 5th, 2017. And your girl birthday is December 27th. And I feel old. Am I old? I don't know. But I'm sitting here and I'm rewatching the Death Proof episode of Riverdale. So I figured while it was playing in the background, on mute of course, I would tell you guys my thoughts and everything on this episode, things that stuck out to me and other shit like that. So in this episode, we had the amazing, let's get it right off the bat, we had the amazing car chase. I love the way they filmed this. I love the whole old style cars and going back to like the vintage days of Archie with parts of this. So I love that. So the basis of it was when Mary McCoy earlier in the episode found out that her daughter and the rest of the kids at Riverdale, Kevin, Veronica, not Betty, Archie, that Nick Sane bitch, Cheryl Blossom, they all took jingle jangle at this party or whatever and everything went left. Mary McCoy is like, we gonna raise Southside High. So after raiding Southside High, the Ghoulies, who are the rival gang to the Serpents, are low in numbers. And so they figured, since they're low in numbers, we should combine. And Jughead's like, no, what the fuck is wrong with you? They sell jingle jangle like they're bad. And Tall Boy is all like, we have low numbers. There's strength in numbers, Jughead. And then Jughead's all like, you're supposed to be my daddy's right hand. You know he wouldn't agree to this shit. And Tall Boy was like, well, shit, you right. I do pull rank. So yeah, get out of my business. So they go and visit FP. This is the first time we've seen FP. Well, the second time we've seen FP since I think episode 1 or 2. And he says, start from the beginning, boys. So he tells them everything. And he's pissed off that Jughead's a serpent, but he clearly can't do nothing about it. And so he gives them a plan. He says, challenge the Ghoulies to a race because they're all about their old school cars and all that. Like they may dress like they ain't got no home training. The cars is where it's at. And so Jughead agrees and they do this car race. I loved Cheryl Blossom and Tony's first interaction. Tony's like, I usually do the honor. And Cheryl going, not today, cha-cha. I was born for this moment. I loved it. I fucking loved it. It was everything. The cute little red shorts and that little white top. Now I love the leather jacket that went with that outfit that she wore earlier in that scene. But I mean, it makes sense that they took it off. I really wish she would have had it on for the whole thing. So I love watching her throw the whole flag and they go racing. So they racing and these ghouling motherfuckers start cheating. I'm not surprised. You literally have a gang name called the Ghoulies. The Ghoulies? Oh, all right. So he ramming his car into Jughead and Archie's all like, I don't know, man. I don't think we should do this. Archie's on his good old boy shit. When it's like, we didn't ask for this right now, Archie. Where was this like a couple episodes ago? Where was this good boy Archie then? So Jughead's like, Ghoulies and the Serpents joining our overnight dead bite. And they're racing and Archie's like, dude, the bridge. And Jughead's like, fuck that bridge. And he's like, we could die. And Jughead's like, oh well. And Archie's like, oh fuck all that noise. And pulls the fucking thing. They spin out. The Ghoulies go over the bridge. And Jughead. See, this is where I think the writers fucked up. As soon as Archie pulled that emergency brake and they got out of the car, Jughead should have decked the fuck out of Archie and been like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't gotta live over here, okay? You live in Riverdale. You live in the nice part of town, okay? Where everything is sunny and everybody like each other. I gotta live and deal with this shit. Not you. He should have decked the fuck out of Archie because that was not Archie's place. I know people are gonna be like, oh, but he was being a good friend and no. If you trying to do all that, stay your ass outside the car. But like, I completely understand, but still, because then it went from bad to worse when Archie goes, oh yeah, I called Sheriff Keller. What? Like, why would you do that? Because then now the ghoulies gonna think Jughead called Sheriff Keller. Now they gonna extra be after him and the rest of the serpents because Archie wanna be on his good old boy shit. See, See that, this is the part where it's like, Jughead, why are you friends with him? Why? Like, in the next episode, he is very much helpful to Jughead and he's on his good, you know, best friend, we're brothers shit, but no. We open the episode with the aftermath of Cheryl being assaulted by Nick Sinclair and Betty giving his name to the Black Hood. He doesn't end up dying. Bastard. But Cheryl and Veronica kind of get into it because Cheryl overhears her mother basically saying to the lodgers, oh, nothing happened to that girl. She fine. Whatever. What is so fucked up about how you don't know what happened. You weren't there. These two parents are trying to tell you and you won't even believe them. How you just automatically don't believe your child was sexually almost raped is beyond me. But then again, that is Penelope Blossom. She never sticks up for Cheryl. She never seems to give a shit about Cheryl. And even Hermione is looking at her like, Penelope, come on. And she's like, we're going to keep this on the hush because Cheryl probably provoked that boy and whatever. And then, of course, Cheryl go with it. Like, you heard what mommy said. Nothing happened. Bitch, what? No. So I would have still been mad and I would have still went to go off because I don't want to go off on my mama because, bitch, you're not sticking up for me. So we have to deal with that. And I love when Veronica says to Cheryl, he tried to do the same thing to me. And Cheryl asks her, well, did you tell your parents? And when Veronica goes, no, I like because Cheryl was like, well, you're not about to use me and you could say something too, and was out. So I really respected that for Cheryl's character. And you see a lot of highs, a lot of lows with Cheryl's character. Other than that, like one low high at the track, when you see her find out from Nick Sinclair after he yells Sharon. Who the fuck? This motherfucker called her Sharon and then gonna say she was half naked and begging for it, making up lies and being so fucking extra about it like men do. And she says, I'm gonna sue you. I changed my mind. I wanna sue. And then her fucking Nick Sinclair goes, you didn't hear about that deal we made with your venomous mother? There's a reason they call it hush money. Oh, hell. You mean this bitch took hush money too? Like, it's bad enough you don't believe that anything happened to Cheryl. But the fact that you thought it was okay as her parent, as her mother, as the only two living people out of a used to be 4-person family, you took hush money. Hush money. Wow. And then for Cheryl to have to go and reveal that to her mother and her mother be all like, well, look, we both know nothing. And no, but like you keep trying to make excuses. I hate because Penelope has this way about acting as if she doesn't have to answer to Cheryl and she doesn't owe Cheryl shit. And I don't like that at all. Like when earlier in the episode when Cheryl's trying to get answers about the sugar man and Penelope's all like, I know what you talking about. And your father had his own stuff. And we both know all his files were burnt down in the house that she burned down. Like, first of all, Penelope, did you not remember in the first episode when your daughter grabbed your breathing tube and reminded you that she was that bitch? Like, what is wrong with you? Why do you do shit like this? But that scene when Cheryl is saying to her, you know, I'm alive and I'm here. Believe me, care about me more. It broke my heart because you shouldn't have to beg your parent to believe you. You shouldn't have to beg your mother to take your side. And the fact that she had to stand there with tears in her eyes and say, when she went to defend her, when Penelope went to defend Clifford, she goes, he killed your only son and he's dead and I'm glad he's dead. I'm alive. Care about me. Like, the fact that Penelope was so dismissive, I love because Cheryl was like, bitch, I'm keeping the check then. You know, since you won't tell me who the sugar man was and you don't want to be a good mama, then bitch, you ain't getting paid, okay? Then we have them later after Penelope somehow comes to her senses. I still don't like this bitch. You have one redeeming moment. I'm not giving you a cookie. she tells Cheryl the truth about the sugar man and how Jason was supposed to meet him and Jason didn't want to, but Clifford insisted because Clifford wanted Jason to be in this drug business so badly, even though Jason didn't want it. And then Penelope says this is basically the events to lead up to your brother's death. The sugar man is a real person. You know, it's not a made-up fable. And so then she asked her mama who the fucking sugar man is. She said, well, he'll check. Well, who is he? And Penelope throws the check away. Oh, you bitch, you shouldn't have took it in the first fucking place, but okay. Then in that episode, we're also dealing with the fallout of what Betty said to Veronica. And I love, because Veronica's just not having it. I hated that there were so many comments when they had that little exchange in the hallway where Veronica's walking with Kevin and they see Betty and Kevin's like, save it, Benedict Betty. Which, first of all, I fucking love that line. But I hate it because people act like Veronica was supposed to be like, good morning. So, what the fuck was up last night? As if Veronica had to go and see about her friend. But you just ripped me apart in front of our peers, but I gotta see about you? What kind of backward shit is that? I couldn't stand reading those tweets. Oh, Veronica's being such a bitch. So Veronica's just supposed to blindly forgive her friend talking to her any kind of way and treating her like shit like that? Really? She's supposed to be fine with that. Like, I like, cause she was like, no, I'm giving that bitch space and I'm gonna wait till she come to me. And she did. Betty went to Veronica and told her the whole thing. And Veronica was like, so you basically talking to a killer and he's basically working you like a marionette. That's what's going on. First of all, I don't know if I could have been so quick to forgive that hoe, because I would have still been wanting to fight. That's just me. But I like because they reconciled well enough for this episode for them to do some B&V takedown. I love a good B&V scene. I love them together because I love the dynamic of how different they are, but it works so well. Side note, I thought it was pretty fucking stupid making them pick up trash because they took Jingle Jangle. Are you fucking kidding? My mother wouldn't have made me pick up no trash. My mama probably would have been the only parent in the room that said, well, it didn't kill anybody. And shouldn't we be more concerned with the boy who sexually tried to rape Cheryl and almost sexually assaulted her? Shouldn't we be more concerned with that versus them taking a little drug once for a party? Like, that's where my mother's head would have been at. Not this whole, oh my God, the youth of America. You know, it's, you know, but that's how the parents of Riverdale are. One minute, they're so up their children's asses and care about everything they're doing. And then the next day, they don't give a shit. But back to B&V. I love that they are the first to get the contact from Reggie of who sold him the Jingle Jangle. Then Veronica dresses in one of her cute Veronica outfits, goes and buys the drugs. She mentions the sugar man. Homeboy goes running away. And then she goes, our drug boy should be meeting you in 3, 2, and then Betty pops out. I've got eyes on him. I fucking love that. Like, I thought it was so cute. It was so cool. And they did that. I thought that was amazing. And then that's what led to the scene of Archie, Jughead, Betty, Veronica. Like, I thought the shit was so funny. Like, because Veronica's probably like, what the fuck are you doing here, Archie? And Betty and Jughead ain't exactly speaking. So, family reunion, we introduce. Like, I'm that awkward person who finds a reason to make a joke when there's literally nothing to joke about. The scariest thing I thought about that scene was, though, when the Ghoulies guy said to Jughead that his offer wasn't good enough for this race. And so Jughead offered up the white worm and said they can have it to do all they jingle jangle shit out of. But then the Ghoulie dude was like, all right, we'll take the worm, but we also want the trailer park. That's why it made it even worse that Archie fucking pulled the emergency brake, because then it's like, where the fuck is Jughead gonna live when they get out of jail and shit go left? Like, and then the biggest fucking twist, 2 of them, we find out who the sugar man is. The sugar man is Jughead's teacher. How you out here telling him not to sell drugs, don't be in no gang, or he can't ride, and this and that, but you the one that makes the fucking drugs and then has the minions sell the shit. Like, you the sugar man. What kind of shit is this? Had the nerve to be this holier than thou teacher, but then ends up being the fucking drug lord. Wow. Really? Really? So then Betty doesn't give his name to the Black Hood, because the Black Hood's like, you gonna give me his name? And then Betty was like, no. And I love, because Betty grew some balls in this scene. And she said, I found out who murdered Jason Blossom. I found who the sugar man is. You're next, Black Hood. Can you feel me? I'm breathing down your neck. Can you feel it? Like, I loved it. Get him. But I just thought it was so good. And the second thing I loved from that episode was when Veronica was finally honest with her parents about things that happened with Nick St. Clair, and Hiram lost it. Hiram was gonna fuck shit up, right? So then, in the episode, you see Hermione on the phone. Yes. All our prayers. She walks over to go back to playing chess with her husband and goes, the Sinclairs were in a car accident, ran off the road. They survived, but Nick, it'll take him several months to recover. And I love Veronica. Oh well, karma's a bitch. Like, I love when, because she has this character arc of not wanting to be like her parents, and she's nothing like her parents, and she's trying to be better than them, but will have those little Veronica moments just like her parents, and they're so good. I thought each character really kicked it up a notch in this episode. I love the direction in which Riverdale is going. I really appreciated the opening of the new episode, the latest episode that I'm gonna review after this. So yeah, tell me what you thought of Death Proof. Tell me what you thought of them finding the sugar man and who he was and the car racing and all this other crazy shit, y'all. Tell me. And like at the end of all my videos, I say, if no one's told you that you're awesome and that they love you, I think you're awesome and I love you. Peace.